Hey, what's up everyone? This is Matthew Mayer. So I know a lot of y'all have had some questions around what it is that I will be bringing with me on the Appalachian Trail. So I want to use in a video to explain sort of what my actual gear setup is and answer any questions that y'all may have regarding what it is I'll be bringing. So as far as the bag goes, I will be bringing the Waymark EVLV 35-liter bag. And the reason for that is I really want to bring as little as possible. Every single ounce that you bring with you on a 2,100 mile hike really adds up. So as far as the items that I keep on the outside of my bag, primarily my water bottles, I do keep 2 smart water bottles with me. In addition to that, I do keep on the outside of my pack the Katadyn BeFree water filter. Now the water filter itself, it has an entire 1 liter of capacity, so I do have a total of 3 liters of carrying capacity when it comes to water. Now the reason for that is I typically do like having some additional water while I'm at camp. That allows me then to have it overnight as well as being able to use it for breakfast in the morning. The outside of my pack, I always keep my rain jacket. This is the Outdoor Research Helium 2, and I love this jacket. It works really, really well in the rain, and it is light. It compacts down very, very small, and so I typically keep that on the outside of my pack. Moving into the pack itself, I use the Zpacks Bear Bag Kit. Now in here, you do have some rope that you can use to actually hang the bear bag. And the purpose for that is, as it sounds, you keep the food away from the bears. Little rodents, rats, or raccoons, they can always get into your food as well. And so it's always important to hang your food up into a tree. In the bear bag kit as well, I keep my TOAKS long handle spoon. This is great for getting into any of the backpacker pantries or any of the freeze-dry meals. I also keep my toothbrush and toothpaste in a little Ziploc bag and a little towel as well. I use this to wipe any sort of condensation off, or I'll use it as I am cooking to kind of lay all my utensils out. Continuing on into the pack is my Ditty Bag. Now I kind of just keep all my electronics and random things in here. So the first thing that I keep in here, and most importantly, is my Nitecore NU25 headlamp. I absolutely love this thing. It is cheap, it is light, it is so bright, so highly recommend it. One of my favorite headlamps. The Anker PowerCore, this is going to be able to recharge my battery on my cell phone and my headlamp, and so hopefully I'll be able to actually continue making these YouTube videos. The Rology cork ball. Now this thing is awesome. I use this at the end of each hike, really primarily just to roll out my feet, but any other muscle you can use to actually roll it out, this thing can be an absolute lifesaver. In addition, in this pack, I do keep my sunscreen and bug spray. I also keep a little pen and a small journal as well. This is my first aid kit. Now, I have a lot of opinions when it comes to a first aid kit, and so I'll probably make an entirely different video on what exactly goes into my first aid kit, but I do keep it very minimalistic. That's all I will say about that. All right, my poop kit. So I love this little emoji bag. I believe it's from Zpacks Bear Bags. Inside of it though, I do keep my trowel. For those of y'all that may not know, you do typically need to dig about a 6-inch cat hole if you ever need to go number 2. So this is the Duece of Spades. Very, very light, very, very nice. Most importantly though, soap. Absolutely important when it comes to a poop kit. And lastly, the bidet. So this thing actually connects to the end of a water bottle, such as the smart water bottle, and you can, I'll let you use your imagination as far as how it's used. But I love this thing. I typically do keep 1 water bottle specifically for the bidet, 1 for drinking out of, but it keeps you very, very clean. It's very good for leave no trace. So again, highly recommended, very cheap, very useful. So for my cook setup, I use the TOAKS 750 milliliter. Now, I typically would have only a 550 milliliter. However, I do believe that on the trail, I will be actually cooking inside the pot. Typically, the 550 milliliter only keeps in about 2 cups of water, which is all you would really need for boiling purposes. But since I do believe I will be cooking inside the pot itself, I did want to get the additional size. All right, so a little bit controversial when it comes to the stove. The MSR Pocket Rocket. So many people think that this is probably too heavy. There are lighter and cheaper options out there, as y'all may know. But this is just so dependable. It has been just wonderful for me, and I think it's totally worth the extra ounce. It also has higher surface to keep a larger pot much more secure while you're cooking. Lastly, small bit glider, goes without saying, it's to light the stove. This is my clothes bag, so don't keep a whole lot in there, just an extra pair of underwear, extra pair of socks, extra shorts, extra shirt, and a beanie. I will also keep this Torrid Apex jacket in there. This thing is wonderful, keeps me very, very warm, and yeah, so very small, very light. My tent, this is my favorite piece of gear here. This is the Zpacks Altaplex. I believe it's only about 16 ounces, and I do use the MSR mini Groundhogs to actually stick it out. I use that along with my CNOC Cork trekking pole, and it is wonderful. It is not a freestanding tent. However, it is the lightest thing that's out there on the market right now. This is my sleep pad. This is the Therm-a-rest Uberlite. It's only about 11 ounces, and it is wonderful. It keeps you very warm at night. It is incredibly light, incredibly small. Highly recommended to everyone. All right, now getting into my sleeping bag kit. These are the Apex Torrid booties. These things are so comfortable. I have very, very cold feet when I sleep at night, and so this really does a wonderful job at keeping them warm late at night. Next up is my pillow. This is definitely a luxury item here. It does pack down very small. I think that it is essential for a good quality night's sleep. All right, last but not least is the Enlightened Equipment 20-degree Revelation sleeping bag. Absolutely love this thing. I could do a whole gear review video on this. I do have a 40 and a 0-degree bag at home, but from what I understand, the 20 degrees will be absolutely perfect. It weighs about 19 ounces, so one of the heaviest things that are in my bag, but totally worth it. Obviously, it keeps you very, very warm at night, and yeah, looking forward to definitely breaking this thing in. All right, everyone, well, that was everything. I hope that I answered any of the questions that y'all might have had around the gear that I was going to be bringing, and if you have any additional questions, certainly feel free to put it in the comments, and thanks for watching.